Coach, you were kind of the last piece to click into place on Fran's coaching staff. Just what made you want to come up here and join him, and what was kind of his pitch about coming up here and joining him?
I don't know if it was his pitch or my pitch. Syracuse has got a great history, and I really feel like it's a place that was a gem that just needed to be polished a little bit. You look at what's happened here in the past and the success they've had, and then I knew about Fran, right? And Fran is a family-first guy. He's a non-stop, relentless worker, and I know that those are going to be things that go over the whole program. And so to me, that's a really special place to be, and it's really turning out to be exactly that. So it's really awesome.
Where had your paths crossed, or where did you learn of his reputation? Who did you hear from?
So we actually had only met one time. I was recruiting in South Florida, and we were crossing paths recruiting the same young man. But that was about 7 years ago. In 2016, I had the opportunity to coach at the University of Georgia, and a couple of those guys were still on the remaining staff that Fran had worked with. So hopefully that connection had worked. But I'll be honest, guys, I cold called him, and he answered. And then we had a pretty lengthy interview process, and it went well, obviously. So it was really, really a wonderful opportunity, and I'm thankful for it.
How often have you cold called looking for jobs before? Is that common, or is it
No, it's not. You know, I was in a really unique situation. I was at Troy. We had just won back-to-back conference championships, 24 games in 2 years, and our head coach had gone for another opportunity, and there was uncertainty if I'd have an opportunity to go with him, right? And I was in this phase of, do I have the opportunity to go? Do I have the opportunity to stay? And then I saw this opportunity open up, and I said, hey, Coach, I know we don't really know each other, but I'd love to talk to you if you have a few minutes. And he said, you interview tonight, let's go. And so that was the start of the process.
You have his cell phone number, or did you have to work your contacts?
I had to work some contacts to get that, yeah, to work some contacts.
Coach, what's your message, and maybe Coach Brown's message, about special teams and how that's a path on the field and just how important it is?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I'm his Paul Revere, right? If he has a message, I'm echoing his message. And I'll be honest, it's not hard to buy into Fran's messages, right? Detailed, accountable, relentless, tough. Our goal in special teams is to put the R in DART. We want to be relentless. Teams play 6 seconds at a time, we're going to play 7, right? If we can play in a relentless fashion, then all we're going to do is outwork our opponent. At the end of the day, if you can win that phase, it's a huge help to your team winning games. So that is our message, and Coach Fran's really huge on this. Let's bridge offense and defense. Let's make this more unity with the team and do it with special teams. Special teams is the only place you're going to have a tight end and a linebacker line up right next to each other, right? So if they can have fun doing it, understand that they're helping each other grow while they do it, we're going to have a better team. And Fran's made that vision really clear.
How much easier is it made it for you working with Jack, who comes from the punting family and has that background, and kind of maybe got a head start?
Absolutely. Well, super grateful to come into a situation with not just Jack being a great specialist, but Brady and Tom Callahan, these guys, and Jaden and Ethan. They work so hard, right? They already had the mindset of growth. They have growth mindset. They want to get better every day, and we attack a little thing every single day to try to get a little bit better. Jack has obviously had a standout career so far, and it's going to continue. I mean, it didn't take me for that to happen. I got here and inherited it, so I'm really, really grateful for that opportunity to coach these young men. They're great young men. They're great in the classroom, and they work their butt off in the field, so it's exciting. You always want to be around guys you want to be around, right? And we spend so much time together. It's a joy. You get to be around people you like. It's not always the situation, right?
From the special teams awards you guys have put on social media, it seems like some of the best players are competing on special teams.
Absolutely.
Is that a Fran philosophy? Is that a you philosophy? Because some coaches we've had here have injury prevention has maybe kept those players from doing that.
Sure. I think when you look at a program, the teams that put their starters on special teams are helping their team and they're helping that individual, right? How many first-round draft picks are there? Well, if you're not a first-round draft pick, you're playing on special teams in the NFL. If you don't learn those techniques and have those opportunities in college, when you get to the next level, you're a step behind everybody. So our guys, we've got premier players playing on teams, right? Justin Barron is going to start in a lot of special teams. He's a premier defensive player, right? Wax, he's going to start on special teams. These guys, Fidel, you're going to see guys in a lot of places that are premier guys, and not only are they helping their draft stock, they're helping our team. And that's really important. And like we said earlier, we want to make special teams a phase that we can win in every game. And if we can win that third of the game, offense and defense, we can figure the rest out, right? Give us an opportunity to be successful as a program.
Jack's the only punter on the roster currently. I guess, who do you have as number 2 right now? Or are you guys hoping to bring someone in to formally have a number 2? Just what's that scenario like?
I'm not going to get myself in trouble. I know you can't really talk about recruiting, right? Obviously, that's a big piece to it. But Brady and Jaden both have been taking their turn working punting as well, and they're both really versatile players. And so we're basically, my philosophy is what they can handle is what they can do, right? So we're going to keep developing them in the kicking aspect, but if they can handle a little more from the punt aspect, we'll use that as well.
Do you feel, I know you can't talk about specific names, but do you want to bring somebody in before next season, or do you feel confident going into the year at least with who you got?
We'll just say that we're really confident with what we've got going on here.
Take 2 more for Coach.
You began by saying that Syracuse was a gem that needed to be polished. What, in your opinion, needed to be polished and has been through this spring?
Well, I think that anytime you see a program that's been on the same plane for a long time, there becomes a feeling in the program of hunger. It usually starts inside, and then you need to add a little urgency to the program, add a little excitement to it, and that's something that Fran has done immediately. And then the detail that Coach Brown has put into place here, it's let that hungry attitude grow fast, right? And it's something that I've experienced at other places. You see, kind of stepping stone, boom, like bamboo, right? Water bamboo, it grows an inch, another inch, and then boom, 12 feet. So think about it that way, trying to build the program that way.
What are some things you will tell Brady to help him improve each day?
Well, with Brady, with any specialist, it's focus on one detail at a time. You can't eat the whole elephant, right? So let's cut it up. Let's take one at a time. Right now, we're working on technique with him. I think everybody can see you can kick the ball a country mile, right? We got to be able to throw the check down. So it's working on technique and accuracy right now. And every day, he's taking little steps improving.
Great. Thanks, Coach.
Coach.